warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good evening. Okay, for those do not know me, okay, my name is Miss Noorsyalina Nordin. Before this, maybe I'm just like off the camera because the line is not so, how to say that, very good in my place. Everybody I work from home, right? So I decide on this almost last the topic, so I on the camera, and this is me. Okay, so just a gentle reminder, tomorrow is the submission for your group assignment and also individual reflection in Moodle. I have been informed by the Fact Uni lecturer, some of you, for your presentation is not using the submission link at Moodle. So I need you to do by today the submission link in Moodle. Make sure you click it and then you put your URL link, your YouTube link, because he want to check on that. And then I hope that everybody submit by tomorrow in Moodle and Neo, because the federation lecturer need the marks as soon as possible. So I hope you can give cooperation to me as well. We don't want to make your marks in difficulties due to the submission. Okay, and yeah, today I will start with our topic. Okay, so today topic is about entrepreneurship and new venture creation under topic 11, entrepreneur advice and assistance. So because this is our last class, so I will take another more in order to post to you topic 12. Don't worry. Okay, so topic 11 is about entrepreneur advice and assistance, whereby um, in the organization, when entrepreneur is decide to do their business, there must be some advice from the mentor or advice from the experiences in the industry, and also assistance from the particular organization or other organization, or it might be other association, okay, that responsible for the particular industry. Okay, so we see, okay, what is involved or included in this topic. As you can see in the contents outline, is under reading Scapper Valerie chapter 11 and Lengi 2002, which is in page 474 until 485. So basically in the Scapper Valerie textbook, this is under chapter 11. Alright, so just to tell you all, okay, the content inside here is involve need for advice and the support of innovation. That one is the first one. Second one is the types of the professional advisory and advisory style. And the third one regarding rationale for the public support of entrepreneurship. And the fourth one is regarding reactive, passive, and proactive, active approaches to the public advice and support. And the next one will be like state entrepreneurship, revised Scaper and Valerie on page 20 to 21. Okay, and the forms of the public advice support and support small and large firm. So this is the content under this topic. Okay, so the first one we gonna see what is the business advisor. Okay, so as been stated in the text, the business advisor is someone who works with the client businesses to provide specialized skill and knowledge in one or more particular aspect or business activity. So basically when we're talking about business advisor, in the real industry, okay, there will be a consultant that provide the services to the clients, especially like us, for those who are newbie or new starter in the business. So they will be go and meet the clients. Okay, mostly the business consultant will be, of course we get their service, and then they will ask us to come to their office, and then they will give some like consultant on it. Okay, so that is what we call the business advisor. So of course, they will give advice based on their experiences as well, and of course, the testimony that have been recommended them to you. Okay, so mostly they also have like, if we can see business advisor mostly widely we can see in LinkedIn. Okay, for those who know about the social media under LinkedIn, okay, that one is a very famous platform that we use because they are thoroughly get their client also inside that cycle network. Alright, so as you can see in here, they provide specialized skill and knowledge. Okay, let's say you are want to do the business in regards of industry like food and beverage industry, but focusing on bakery, let's say. So they will give you the aspect on how you want to start with your bakery, your own bakery. So what is the first step? Okay, and then they will go for the second, third, fourth until what is the next step for that. Okay, all right. So that is business advisor, and they know who is the network and the suppliers, the list of supplier that you want to go for, and then of course the network of the bakery industry itself. Okay, so this is a very good in terms of the usage of the business advisor. All right, so there will be like a few of types of the professional advisor. Okay, they might cite the in the two they have a few parts here. So as the bolded word accountants, okay, they have the lawyers, the management consultants, the bank managers, and they also have the financial planners and publicly funded small business agency. So we might say that this is the party involved under the professional advisor. Why the reason we need the lawyers? Because every time the business have to be done, there must be have some agreement, business agreement to be made. So of course, we need a service from the lawyers to advise on this. And of course, when we're talking about the management consultants, it's regards to the consultants that really need, of course, that we really need in the management itself, and we have to make sure the consultant is giving such a good services and the right services to us. Okay, and of course management consultant mostly come from a very experienced person, and people, and the bank managers, of course, somehow we need some the financial assistance. So we need to contact with the bank managers to know whether we have the chances and opportunity to get the financial fund. Okay, and in Malaysia itself we have the mostly like the bank itself have provide so what we call business loan. Okay, because they want to know whether this particular person or business entrepreneur able to, when you are have like committed, okay, commitment towards this like loan, for example business loan, right? The good things what the bank want to know from you is whether you have the readiness and whether you have like affordability to pay every month. Okay, that's what we call about your cash flow, whether it's stable or not. And of course they want to see it, that's why you have to propose by using a business plan. All right, and then the financial planners, meaning to say who is your financial managers inside your company. So somehow certain company they used to hire the external financial planner for your company, and somehow the another opportunity is they will to recruit, okay, the financial manager or the financial planner, especially decide on what is the do and don'ts in the company itself, especially in the financial part, because they will be responsible for the planners, of course, and of course, in other way around, they have to make sure that the plan that they plan, not the plan they have planned, the financial planner have to make sure that the plan that been planned by them is accordingly. What is expected in return, okay, how much they be invest to the business, of course they expected in return. And the last one, publicly funded small business agency, meaning to say the agencies is giving some fund to the small business, especially to SME business, small medium enterprise business. Okay, and for the mentors, this is a part for the growth and development of the business itself. So we do have the personal coaches. Okay, Of course, when talking about personal coaches, someone who have the experiences in the particular industry, who coaching, business coaching, okay, we can see a lot nowadays in online itself, okay. If you Google from the internet, there will be like business personal coaching for business online. For example, they have many. I cannot say the name because everyone they have their own preferences, right? And then certain budget there might be allocate for the coaching course itself. All right, and then family and friends. Okay, of course, family is a part of the backbone. Okay, and also one part of the motivation when we are doing the business, right? So friends also, but please, when come to friends, we have to make sure that we find out the right friends. Okay, that the friends is not just friends for benefits, okay, but the friends is really helps during the difficulties time and also the good times. So the true friends you can find them whatever time you want, but it's just only friend, so that will be totally different. Okay, they only just grab you during you are in the time that you are only have the wonderful and happy moment, the time that you have profit, the time that you have losses, they will just run away and leave you alone. Okay, and then we have the other business operator. This is like regards to suppliers. Okay, meaning to say the particular people or suppliers that have in the same industry that what you did. For example, bakery, right? So you will look into the another supplier who have like a well-versed experience in the kind of doing. For example, they know where is to get the suppliers for flour, okay, and then to get the some coloring, okay, and then they want to know get, for example, like the tools and utensil, okay, because for the bakery maybe you need a very what we call heavy duty appliances compared to what we do and use at home, because we want to perform and we want to produce at the large bulk, right? And then external directors and equity investor, we are talking about who will actually holding the management, who will actually manage your company. So of course sometimes external directors is regards to like the shareholders, okay, or maybe a part like board of directors, and then equity investor, meaning to say the angel investor, okay, that willing to invest to your business. All right. So the types of the advisory style, okay, we do have a few here. Okay, number one, the types of advisory style, we have expert consultant mode, as I mentioned to you just now, meaning to say they are really have the well-versed experiences in that particular area. So the expert consultant mode, meaning to say they have their own company, okay. They used to have this one, a business advisor with highly developed skill in the specific area. If you are good in the F&B, food and beverages industry, so you look into the consultant that have well-versed experience in F&B, and let's say they are very good in terms of technology. Okay, so you go for the technology aspect business consultant, or maybe they are good in terms of industry regarding textile. So you will go for the business consultant on textile expert. So that is the reason why we have to look into who expertise in that particular area. All right, the second one, the pairs of hand modes, meaning to say we need like some outsourcing, okay, outsource, this is what we call outsource. You hire a third party in regards to help you in the part of your management function and features. So especially about into the firm for a set period of time. So mostly when people outsource or pairs of hand mode, they are only just specific to the uh, a particular time, okay. So let's say you need them around 2 months, so you are only paid them, okay, pay them for that 2 months only, but within the 2 months they're really concerned to do very excessive strategy, because they've been paid for their performance on that, okay. And mostly they have the specialists, of course they are outsourcing. Okay, and then the third one, we have the facilitator or process mode, whereby in here a business advisor who encourage clients to learn how to diagnose and treat their own business problem. So meaning to say, they used to actually give some advice on how to actually analyze, diagnose. Meaning to say, you have to look into what is the problem of your business. So they will go for one by one, okay, diagnose, investigate, and then they will come up with a way, approaches on how to tackle the problem. Okay, yeah, that is facilitator or process mode. And then we moving to the three types of advisor. Okay, so they put into like here, okay, but they come now together with the example. So like expert consultant, problem focus, mostly like accountant, lawyer, identify symptom of business problem and suggest how to cure. So like for example, like accountant, maybe there will be like a problem towards your company. So in terms of the financial statement, financial state, right? Crisis, financial crisis. So we look into the business consultant expert in the financial part. So we need to ask them what to actually reduce in terms of expenses, what have to be go and focus. Okay, and then the pairs of hand in here, they say like IT consultant, most probably, uh how to say that, most probably what they did was they hiring IT consultant, even IIC itself, in order to do your system, okay, CMS system. We hire the company in order to do the part of the system, especially student system. Okay, because why? The reason is, of course, nowadays work if everything is regard to the system. And the second one, when we're talking about the IT consultant itself, we are talking about how the best they can give for the period of time, right? Once they're done, and they are actually serve the client requirement, what the client demand. So they will do the best according to that. And then for the third one, in the facilitator or the counselor, the client focus based on the business enterprise sector, help businesses help themselves. So I give example like in Malaysia, we have like PUNB, Perbadanan Utama National Berhad. That is one of the association, I can say like organization and association that giving something like advice, okay, to those who are the new entrants in the business. To start up the business, they will helping you by monitoring you within 6 months. Okay, they give something like startup capital also to the business, and then they want to see how you as the business can react to your business. But at the same time, they have the monitoring system on that. They will give like advice on how you want to help your business to increase your business profit, and maybe into like business strategy itself, how to do the marketing. Okay, and the other another one is like penjana. Penjana also under Malaysian types of facilitator like this counselor. They used to give more on the financial part, okay, and of course they also have like how to help the business to improve themselves. Okay, so basically, if we say everybody have the rights, okay, when talking about the right, everybody have the rights to do the business, to start up as entrepreneur and entrepreneurship. However, how well they can consistent with the business, that is a very challenging. All right. So there will be like advisor selection criteria in here. So as you can see, according to Scapo, Valerie, Weber, and Lewis in page 278, there will be like around eight element in here. Okay, eight or seven element. Okay, the first one we have in terms of the qualification. Of course, when we want to select the advisor, how well they are based on their knowledge, right? So number one is about the qualification, and the second one is about the experiences. Okay, experiences is very important, and also the industry knowledge. How long they are in this industry to know and give us advice. If only just 1 year and only 6 months like you all, I think that is we have to be more considerate to take them as the advisor, even though they offering maybe at the lower price. So we need actually the skillful, and we need the experiences which is mastering in the particular industry. And the third one, in terms of the friendliness and also personal rapport. Okay, personal rapport in here meaning to say how they could give you a feedback and respond thoroughly and also transparently. So we need a person that very friendliness in here. They're able to communicate you in the way that they believe that the info and the information and the output can be delivered very well. And then the fourth one, we have networking ability. So we're talking about how does this particular person able to improve, have to perform in terms of their networking. Networking in here is not talking about network in information technology, not in IT, but networking among the people that within the industry itself. So we are talking about their network ability. They're able to have that connection. That is the right word. Connection between from one people to other people, because in business we need this network. Okay, we really need this network. Why I said so? Because this network, as let's say you are the new entrance of the company, right? You are the newbie. You are still new to the business. In order to make you move, sometimes it takes like to let the customer and your competitors know about you. Sometimes it takes like 5 years, right? So by having the network, sometimes it can actually reducing the period to have, rather than 5 years, maybe within 1 years, people already notice about you, the existence of your business. And then not only that, of course we need some like channel, like distribution channel, like social media, right? The online platform, to make people aware about you. And then services provided, of course, what service that the advisor provide. So of course, when you are as a new advisor, um, in order to make people notice about your services, it's not easy. So that's why through the experience and industry knowledge, it plus with the service provided, and plus with the testimony from maybe other company had you yours that has used your service before, able to convince, okay, like others more clients from that need your services. And then in terms of the price, of course, the of course for the new entrance company or newbie company, they need to very meticulously, okay, consider about the price itself. So of course we have to make sure um the price is reasonable with the service provided. Somehow, of course, for those very prominent name, for those who are already stable enough, right, the advisor, sometimes they charge you because of their rank in the market industry itself. Of course, we cannot deny it. Even in Lincoln itself, right? They have star to rate it how much competence you are in that particular industry. And the last one, we have the conflict of interest. We are talking about, of course, the advisor among themselves also will have potentially to have conflict of interest, and plus somehow with the client itself, because what the client needs sometimes is not meet the expectation by the advisor. So probably there will be like uh probably and literally it will be conflict will be arise towards this. Alright, and then of course we go to the next one, attributes of an effective advisor. What is the element that have or characteristic, okay, that have in the effective advisor? So the advisor, so mostly number one, you must have a very good in term of interpersonal skill. Interpersonal skill, we are talking about not only just your communication skill, but it's about your soft skill, okay, negotiation skill with the clients, okay, because this skill able to convince, okay, make your clients become what we call really true, okay, really feel that you are part of it, okay. So if you want the advisor itself to be together with you in your work, so of course number one, the interpersonal skill is very important, the way you approach, okay, your clients, okay, and how you giving them the information regarding the service that you provide to them, and how it can goes and negotiate between the cost and price with them also very important. And then the second one, the problem solving skill. So when we're talking about the problem solving skill, we are talking about the problem that the company is facing. So basically the advisor need this because how to say that, not the company, yeah, the company needs this from the advisor because what actually the purpose when you hiring the advisor, but it's not even settle the problem. The problem have to be solved within the stipulated time, especially when come to the problems regard to financial part. Because when your financial part, okay, financial statement, I mean like financial how to say that, financial condition of your company is in a good state, okay, is many things that you can convince to, especially your employees, your external directors, okay, your potential investor. So that's why we have to solve this problem, especially the advisor will come up with the idea who is what is how and what is we can do for the financial part and financial planner, for example. And networking skill, yeah, this is the most important, as I told in the previous slide, because we are talking about the networking, how connected you are with the environment, business environment cycle in that particular industry. If you go for like F&B, how well you blend well with the networking of F&B industry. If you go for technology, who can you look into in this industry? The skill of networking also very important. And of course, somehow they might say we are looking into PR graduates, right? Public relation graduates. So actually it's to be a part whether you are PR graduates, whether you are business graduates. So this thing actually it's come into your net, how to say that, on the way all around when you are doing your work, right? So this is come together in your networking skills. Okay, you will be trained indirectly to, of course, because mostly the advisor they have to meet the requirement from the clients, right? So hook by crook, they have to go and approach those potential on how to make sure that their client can be together with this particular, let's say, mentor, let's say, right? So they need something like this networking. And the last one, of course, the advisor need a business knowledge. That is of the fundamental, actually, the basic one, because we want to help, we want to assist this client, okay, not help, because help is sometimes like no what money, right? But mostly this advisor they've been paid. Okay, you want to help sorry, you want to assist, okay, this client. So of course you need this business knowledge to make sure what is the demand and the requirement from your client. All right, so this is the form of support for new and small business, small firms. Okay, both public, government, and private organization, they can provide help to new and small venture. It is true, and we can deny it. Okay, it's undeniable, especially in Malaysia nowadays. The government is giving full, okay, full blast for those like graduates, new graduates, okay, fresh graduates. They don't want to work with people somehow. So what they did, they want to set up their own business. So the government give encouragement, training, some financial assistance. So you are grabbing this opportunity to help. It start with SME, mostly small medium enterprise business. And then the range of the services is potentially very large. Okay, of course, in term of the services, so which one you are want to focusing to, whether you want to do online business or something like maybe brick and mortar business. The service itself, how well you can provide to the customer. Alright, and then we moving to the government assistance. Alright, so of course the government is one of the indicator factor that giving a really much impact, okay, to the business. So as a business startup assistant, number one, you have to grant to start a business. So grant in here somehow it can be in the financial or monetary element. So you give something like grant to them. Grant is not like loan. The grant is more likely giving something like a portion, maybe small or medium money, okay, to start the business, okay, something like startup capital. And number one, training for prospective business startup. So if you believe that their business, okay, online business most as well, right, they have potential. Let's say they need like food truck, okay, and then they need like website, okay, so they need to have like the training, okay, training in terms of how I want to handle the food truck. Where can I get this food truck what we contact, okay, where I can maybe design the features of this food truck. At the same time, I want to do online business service for my food truck business, okay. So they have training, okay, like Mara in Malaysia, we have Majlis Amanah Rakyat. So they give something like this training, okay, to of course to the prospect of the people who want to start the business, and then the third one, access to the low cost for or free business advisor. Yeah, we cannot also deny on this, because I believe that as the startup capital, this is the thing that you want to go for, meaning to say how you want to go for the very minimum cost on that, because this is very important, okay. We want to make sure that you can give the best to your business, and we try to find out if let's say they can give free business advisor, why not we go for that, mostly the government, okay. And helping in preparing business plan also, we can look into like Mara. We can go, it's depend on your business entity itself. If you want to go like SME, let's say, right, so they sometimes like Mara provide some training on how to prepare your business plan. Sometimes they have the template, okay. Like my student diploma, I used to ask them their assignment, group assignment is business plan, how to make business plan. So this is very important as well, because business plan, if you can learn on how to make it, to provide it, is can reduce the cost rather than you hiring external party to do your business plan. Because mostly external party, they look into money on that. They take, of course they will perform their job as well the best they can, right? Because of course they know that it's a client business plan. But if you can do your own, it's much better because you plan for your business. Alright, and then generate information provision. Provision in here, we are talking about the legal, okay, legal requirement. Like in Malaysia, we have to register the business with SSM or CCM, Company Commissioner Malaysia. So it's under Business Registration Act, okay, 1956, okay. And then business, sometimes like business law, okay, you have to know the rules and regulation, whether it's sole proprietorship, partnership, or maybe ego like corporation company. So this is the thing that generate information provision that you have to know. And okay, we're moving to the incubators. Okay, incubators meaning to say a dedicated premise provided to help firms become established and profitable, or service that help incubate or grow tenant firms. So in here, I might say that somehow the another third party is giving you helping. Like imagine like baby in the incubators, like in the tube, right? Something like that. The the people who are stable out there, people in here is referring the business, okay. See, a dedicated firm premise provide provided to help the firm, especially new entrance business, okay, newbie, okay, to establish, to grow. So a service that help incubate, give some helps to them and grow the tenant firm. Of course, they will see from A to Z how this new business, baby business, is growing in front of their eyes. Okay, so this can be like giving incubators, okay, to them. All right. So if you ask me in what aspect medium, they will give like help in terms of the money itself, in terms of the development of the business, where to start, how to manage, how the operation, how the production, how the of course the financial part, the marketing style, okay, so strategy, everything is like A to Z. Okay, and then we're moving to the incubators. You can see in here they have many in this diagram. We have like commercial high tech, research and development. They do have service business like manufacturing, wholesaler, retailer, mail order, import export, and then they go for non-profit, and then they go with the potential to grow, okay, ability to create jobs, okay, how the ability to pay the operating expenses, business plan, market analysis, and cash flow statement. So this is on how they used to actually yeah, how to integrated from one phase to one phase. And you can see above here, it's like involving like coffee shop, affordable space, flexible lease, childcare there, center. So this is like how does the incubator works, right? Okay. And then they have like photocopying, shipping, receiving, and then for here they have accounting service, marketing and advertising. So it helps, okay, to make sure this business entering the incubator, business developing, well established business, and business grow require move out of the incubator. Meaning to say, when once the baby business is already grow up, is already growing and stable, they will slowly move out from the incubator. Okay, it's ready to go and ready to be independent as their own business in market out there. If not, they still like depend on mostly for the incubator. But at the same time, incubators is helping and giving training to them. Okay. All right, and then we're moving to the policy ways the government intervene in a market. So as you can see in here, they have passive versus active. So at the passive, they have negative and positive effect, and for the active government, in one this I might say that there is a term for this, right? Free trade market versus fair trade market. Okay, fair trade market meaning to say they are more passive, okay, but free trade market means to say they are more active, okay. So um the government intervention, okay, maybe I can give very simple example for maybe like in Malaysia we have two airlines, like Malaysia Airline System and also AirAsia. So when we said government actively participate is more on MAS, Malaysia Airline System, whereby for the passive the government is likely slowly intervene their business, but they call as negative. Okay, let's we go with the first one, the government active here. What is the negative impact? Okay, in terms of negative impact, in terms of the trade protection, in terms tariff and quota, there will slightly have a very negative impact because mostly the government have actually covered that things to them. Okay, and covered meaning to say in here, the government will protect them from tariff and quota. But for the positive part, of course there will be like national development policies, and mostly the government make some policy to protect the industry. So even though the two aircraft MH370 MH17 have been fly away, as maybe some of you know is already collapsed, and some is missing in action, right? So the Malaysian land system still survive until now. So this is because the government intervention towards their business. Alright, and the second one, anti-dumping law enforcement. So in here, meaning to say, anti-dumping is you are giving something like policy to not do not to use like dumping strategy, meaning to say you're able to lowering your price up to the extent your competitor is already down with you. You are able to win the market because every single supplier will switching to you. This is happen between mostly like in China and also US. Okay, because US still providing certain like, for example, I give like chip my electronic, for example, compared to chips electronic in China and US. Of course, both of them is very good, but which country able to provide at a lower price? Of course, is China. But there, if China used to have dumping system, they will offer the lowering price. So automatically, all the suppliers will go to China. That's why they need to have this anti-dumping in order to make sure they have fair competition. So somehow you cannot lowering your price up to dumping your competitors' price. But in the business, that is thing that you have to face. And selective subsidy and public investment, somehow when you are under government protection, mostly they will give subsidy towards your business. They give some allocation, a part of towards your business. And then we have the trade practices exemption. Okay. trade practices assumption, and then alright, we have trade practices in terms of assumption. So that is negativity because you are not competing like with the your rival in the fair way. Farewell in the fair way. How you get me? Meaning to say, your government is protect you so much, like you are baby. Even though it's already 37 years in industry, like Proton, right? Still being protected by the government. And of course, the last one, sectoral assistance program. Of course there will be like certain of industry, okay, only just giving privilege to you, that is the negativity because supposedly if you are the common business, okay, any industry, supposedly we are competing in the way that you are not be giving any privilege on that. So the sector assistance program mostly is focusing on you itself, okay, not giving the rights to others too. And for the positive is public player in the market. Of course, it's public because the government will be proudly presenting this company is have GLC company, government linked company. Okay, and then for the passive itself, we have negative side and positive side. So for the passive, negative is like anti-monopoly law. So you are not giving something like the rights to monopolize the industry itself. Okay, and the positive side, favorable macroeconomic environment. So mostly, people will go for you oneself. Okay, because so there is no monopoly. You are the part of oligopoly industry too. Okay, and then the trade practices law. I believe that both have this. Okay, into even active or passive, into like tarif and quota, and favorable regulatory and administrative environment. So meaning to say, you are not being a choice to be protected because they are go for the company who are being GLC. So for those who are not GLC, you not get the favorable unless, okay, you are being the chosen one. And we also have consumer protection law. That one is for negativity. So the consumer is protected well, of course. Okay, the government will do that clause for the customer. Okay, so we have industry policy in here. We have general and specific, narrow and broad. So I think that this one you can read your own. Okay, so in terms of the how broad the industry policies are, how narrow the policies are, whether it's specific, general, and mostly it's like provision, no, provision of industry policies. All right, so we're moving on the role of the state, the dual influence on. I thought it's influencer. Dual influence on entrepreneurship. We have the strong promoter, according to SME master plan in Singapore. So they have entrepreneur itself, state entrepreneurship and their regulation. Like Malaysia, we have we have like what we call master plan for in Malaysia itself. I think like right now it's already 11 master plan, but yeah, of course there will have some portion for SME on this. And I think that in 2021 the last Minister of Finance is announcing on the budget, they give around like I don't remember the figure, but it's almost like uh numbers, okay, like a few numbers like 20 or 33 million, okay, they've been given focusing on more on entrepreneurship because during this pandemic COVID-19 COVID-19 is like like a mushroom after the rain. It's like the mushroom growing after the rain. It's like hiking up, the potential people are involving in the business, especially online business. And the establishment of restrictive practices like ethnic and foreign entrepreneurs, of course, somehow like Malaysia restriction, at least you have, in order to register your business, at least you have two Malaysian nationality in that business, and the others you can allow the foreign or other entrepreneurs joining your business. All right, and then the emerging trends, we have deregulation and privatization. Of course, why the in trends more on privatization? Because it's giving more on profitability to the company compared when you are more on the government or public Public company publication, meaning to say um you are more depending on the government. That is public privatization. We have nationalization, and then adoption of Western idea. Of course, mostly they are being influenced by the Western, because mostly, what to say, the emerging of the business is coming on the way towards that particular industry, F&B, technologies, textile. So it's come from adoption of the Western ideas and the emergence of the rule-based system. Okay, of course they have a lots of legal system to be followed, and increased disclosure employment of outsider, meaning to say like more on the diversity of workforce. We hiring other people from other country based on their expertise. Okay, and we also have the industry science relationship in here. They have joint labs, spin off licensing research contract, and then they do with like mobility. This is tips of the iceberg, they said. Okay, below here, mobility of researcher, co-publications. Okay, we have conferences, expos, and specialized media, internal context within professional network, and flow of graduates. So as summary been summed up here, a business advisor offer clients specialized knowledge and skill to facilitate the best possible business operation. And in I do agree with this, okay, because we need the business advisor as well. Business advisor play an important role in bringing new ideas, information, and techniques of existing businesses. Okay, of course, it's bringing new idea because they know what is the trending nowadays, and there are numerous types of advisor and advisory style, and they are sourced by businesses through different avenue. All right. And the next one, the government recognize the importance of entrepreneurship because it's a part of giving some GDP, gross domestic products, to the government itself, and also as well to the country. And small business to go to the large company, to go big, to go large, it start with the small, right? So the small business and thus provide a variety form of support to stimulate business startup and growth. Okay, all right. So you see, this is they give some example. I call it the wheel. I can see it sketching on. So are any person, they say it will. Marketing say, does it come to any other color? So this prospect, okay, you can see that they're giving some lots of view. I can see it sketching on is venture capital. So how is it? So every single in here are thinking on their different perspective. Okay, alright, and yeah, like this. Okay, cheesy bumper sticker. Think outside the bowl. Maybe we should go back other way. I think we are lost. Actually, they are still in here. So in here they say innovator do it first. So GC bumper sticker. Innovator do it between grant application. Innovator thinks outside the. Innovator never quit. I was innovator before you. Water is a problem to be solved, or something to wash the footpath outside your house with. Climate change is not the dial on your air condition. So this is how it relates with this thing. Actually, it's like a good discussion. Okay, but I'm not doing discussion to you all. But you can see from here, this is quite interesting to think it out of the box. Okay, yeah, we can put into ourselves in here actually. Okay, and I think no question. Okay, so I'm done, and I have more another topic with you. Inshallah, I will give to you. Be right back. Okay, on the what we call topic 12. Inshallah. Okay, soon. Okay, bye bye. Please take care. Thank you for listening up. Don't worry, and don't forget to submit your assignment as well. Has been given, and assalamualaikum. Bye. Please take care yourself.